Hi, my name is Steve Riedel, and I'm with the San Carlos Rotary Club in San Carlos, Mexico. I'm standing in front of the El Cobijo old folks home for senior citizens located outside of San Jose in Mexico. This project was started in 1983 with Catholic priests with the help of the San Carlos Rotary Club. You can see it looks very good from the outside, and it is kept very clean by the workers that we have here. But in 2009, Hurricane Jimena hit San Jose and completely destroyed much of this city and this property. Over 36 inches of water was flooded and mud throughout this property. Before we begin to review the requirements for this international humanitarian project, I'd like to introduce you to our local administrator, Oscar. Oscar, how long have you been the administrator here?
3 years.
Okay. And how many residents do you currently have?
We have 17 men and 3 women.
Okay. And do you have a waiting list at all?
Yeah, about 15.
So if you had more room, you could take more residents in?
Yeah.
Okay. Oscar, what are the requirements?
They have to be 70 years old or older, be homeless, and be poor and indigent.
Oscar, what are your greatest needs now?
We need to have heating, restore the damaged wing, and repair the septic tank.
So you're telling me that there is no heat for your residents here in the winter?
No, we don't have heating.
So how do the residents stay warm in the winter?
We use blankets and hat.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Steve.
And what do you see as your role as a coordinator here?
I see myself being a coordinator between the administrator of El Cobijo, the San Carlos Rotary, and the local suppliers.
Okay. Yeah. Laura, are you a full-time resident? Laura, how do you plan to report on the refurbishment of this project as it proceeds?
I will provide timely reports on progress and expenses back to the Rotary organization.
When would you like to see this project completed?
We need to get the funds raised by the end of summer to get the heating installed and get the septic system going by winter. So it's very critical that we get started as soon as possible.
Well, thank you, Laura. It's greatly appreciated.
I'm very honored to be here, Steve, and supporting the club.
Let's take a current look at the property, and you can see it's in pretty good condition on the outside, and you'll be able to see some of our residents here. And I'd like to go over the details of the presentation, the requirements to complete the project inside, and the funding that's required, and the costs that are required to complete the project, along with looking at the ongoing operational costs. Thank you for taking the time to hear the needs for this humanitarian project here in San Jose, Sonora, Mexico. We greatly appreciate your time, and we hope you can join us in financing this project to complete it and to add an additional wing to house another 15 to 20 residents. Again, thank you very much. Hi, this is Steve again. We produced the original video in March of 2020, and we were going to use it to apply for a global grant. But COVID hit, and we had to change our plans. Upon visiting El Cobijo, it became apparent that due to overcrowding, we needed to get started now. We then divided the project into 3 phases and raised money for phase 1. This chart shows the 3 phases of the project. Phase 1 is well underway and should be finished within 6 weeks. Phase 2 is a phase that we're currently working to secure a global grant on, and phase 3 is the final phase. The total cost for the total project is approximately $163,000. In phase 1, we are concentrating on refurbishing and refurnishing the northeast wing that was severely damaged in the hurricane. This will include rebuilding the unoccupied dormitory, the common area, the connecting hallway, bathrooms, the storage room, and provide wheelchair accessibility to all areas. We'll also be adding kitchen appliances, heat pumps, and a cooling system in the dormitory. For the first time, the residents will enjoy heat in the cold winter month. And we'll be adding all bathroom fixtures. When Phase 1 is complete, it'll add room for 12 additional residents, bringing the total occupancy up to 36 at El Cobijo. It'll reduce the overcrowding in the occupied dormitory, and it will lower operating costs as these costs are spread across more residents. Plus, it will provide wheelchair accessibility, and heat pumps will pump out heat for the first time so the residents will be warm in the cold winter months. We have budgeted approximately $32,000 for Phase 1. It includes all the preliminaries, brickwork, water, sewage connection, electricity, carpentry, aluminum work, equipment, painting, and cleaning. The schedule for completing Phase 1 is approximately 3 months. We are checking in progress every 2 weeks and making payments accordingly. The good news is that we've already raised the funds to complete Phase 1. The funds for Phase 1 have been provided by the Parkville Rotary Club in Canada, the Four Peaks Rotary Club in Arizona, the Ensenada Rotary Club in California, our San Carlos Rotary Club, the San Carlos Men's Golf Club, the San Carlos Yacht Club, District 4100, and 21 individual donors. We thank you. We thank you so very much for this donation. So thanks to your help, in spite of COVID, taking all the necessary precautions for the residents, staff, and construction workers, work is underway, as you can see on this slide. We are happy to report that the project is moving along nicely. The pictures show work being done in the common area, restrooms, showers, and in the dormitory. Walls and windows are treated to prevent salt and humidity saturation. Plumbing has been installed for 3 showers, 3 toilets, and 2 sinks, one at wheelchair height and the other at standing height. And on the outside, we are redoing and replanting a garden between the 2 dormitories and the common area. Also, we are redoing the walls, installing new window openings, and redoing the roof to treat it for leaking and also for salt saturation. This concludes the overview of Phase 1 progress and status, and now we're going to move on to the Phase 2. In Phase 2, we will be concentrating our efforts on completing the total refurbishment of the northeast wing. This will include rebuilding the second unoccupied damaged dormitory, the connecting hallway, the bathrooms and storage room, and make them all wheelchair accessible. In addition, we'll be installing heat pumps and a cooling system just as we had in the other dormitory, plus bathroom fixtures, toilets, and showers with new electrical wiring and plumbing will be installed. When Phase 2 is complete, it will add room for 12 additional residents for a total of 48 residents. It will allow El Cobijo to admit more indigents from the waiting list. It will provide heat pumps, and the residents will never be cold again in the winter months. It will spread operating expenses across the residents. It will reduce substantially employee-to-resident ratio. The budget for Phase 2 is approximately $32,500. This includes all the preliminaries, the brickwork, water preparation, sewage, electricity, carpentry, aluminum work, equipment, painting, tile, and cleaning. We are hoping to start the reconstruction of Phase 2 in May of this year. It will take about 3 months to complete Phase 2. So far, we've been able to raise about $19,500 of committed funding towards Phase 2. Thanks to those that have participated in the American-Mexican Conference, thanks to the Mark Mulligan crowd that contributed generously last Friday night, thanks to some individual investors, that we have $19,500 raised. Yet we need to get $32,596. And we need a district partner and at least 3 districts that will contribute up to $15,000 so we can get the global grant approved. We need your help here. We really need it now. We can't stop now. We have only addressed one wing of El Cobijo. There's much more to do, and that is a much larger project, and we identify that as Phase 3. We will be applying for a global grant for Phase 3. Because of the size of it, we have broken it down into 5 sub-projects. The wall rehabilitation for the occupied wing, the dining room and kitchen. The sanitary sewer needs replacement throughout the complex, including the drain fields and holding tanks. We need to do the tile installation across all of the area that's being rehabbed. The roof needs to be waterproofed and sealed. And we want to build a physical therapy rehabilitation center. This is the largest part of the rehab of El Cobijo. The total budget for Phase 3 is approximately $98,000. We expect that the completion for Phase 3 will take approximately 4 months, and we hope to start it in August of this year. Once we have finished Phase 1 and Phase 2 of rebuilding the damaged unoccupied wing, we then can direct our attention to rebuilding the current occupied wing. This will include repairing and updating the dormitory, the bathrooms in the common area of the occupied wing. In addition, we will replace the damaged tiles and the grouting in the occupied wing, as well as the tiles that are damaged in the kitchen and in the hallway and in the dining area. We'll also add tiles wainscoting to protect against wheelchair damage. We will also replace the very unsanitary sewer system with new drainage pipes and septic tanks. This is a very dangerous situation that needs to be addressed. We will also waterproof completely the current roof in the occupied wing, dining area, kitchen, and laundry, and repair the damaged woodwork and ceilings. We will add a physical rehabilitation center with therapy pools and equipment. This is very important because when a resident accidentally falls or hurts themselves, they presently have no place to go to rehab. By providing this service, they can rehab and heal in comfort, in safety, and with dignity. Most importantly, it will restore El Cobijo as a safe and clean harbor for 48 homeless elderly residents. We are behind the 8 ball here. We need to get Phase 2 funded. We need to get the global grant finished so we can get this project started as soon as Phase 1 is done. And Phase 1 will be done in May. So we don't have a lot of time. We've got to get this started. And right behind that, we've got to get the global grant in for Phase 3. We're going to need your help. We're going to need district help. we're going to have district partners and clubs throughout the United States and Mexico contribute to this worthy cause. Thank you for listening, and please help.